great day for Western New York, for the Bills, for the NFL. We're very thankful for Governor Hochul, County Executive Cars. This is a great first step. We still have more work to do, but we're excited with what we've accomplished so far.
What's the next step, Ron?
Well, the state legislature still has to approve the budget, and then the Erie County legislature has to go through their approval process.
Ron, the press release from the governor indicated 30-year commitment. Does that mean 30-year lease?
It's a 30-year lease, correct.
30 years starting in 2026?
2026, yes.
We've also been able to confirm the public portion of this is $850 million. Is that correct?
That is correct.
What are the terms of the non-relocation agreement? How does that work with the terms of the deal?
Jason, that'll all be worked out in the long-form agreements that are still to be determined. We do have a lot of work to do still. Like I said, this is a great day. We're really thankful for the governor's support. She's been terrific, but there's more work to do.
What is the timeline as far as if everything stays on track to break ground for a new stadium?
Sal, what I've learned in this process is there's really not a break ground day. I think what people tend to think of break ground is probably next spring, but we've started work on this weeks and months ago, and I think starting next week there's some breaking of ground on the site. But I would say officially, when there's a big hole in the ground, it's probably April or May of next year.
Where's the state of plans, renderings, any idea of what the stadium may look like?
We have ideas. We're still meeting with our fans. Some of that is going on this week. We're meeting with a lot of community stakeholders as well. But Populous is the architectural firm that we hired. They're one of the best in the world. I think our fans are going to love this stadium. It's going to be built for the Bills, built for the Buffalo fans. They'll really like what we have to offer.
Can you get, how far along are you in that, from a planning perspective, how far along could you gauge percentage-wise in that process?
We're far along. We're not there, but we have an idea. Like I said, Terry and Kim have said from day one that this stadium is going to be built from Buffalo. I remember sitting and watching some of you guys in 2019 when you asked Terry this question in Arizona, and he said the stadium we're going to build is for the Bills, it's for Buffalo, it's for our community. So we've been working on it for a while.
When might the public see renderings?
As soon as we have them.
Are there any aspects of it you can say? We understand open air, anything else of that nature?
I think most of that's been reported, and I want to thank all of you guys and ladies. You reported that very accurately. It's 60,000 to 62,000 seats, open air. Like I said, built for Buffalo. I heard Coach say today he wants it loud. Yeah. Trust me, it will be loud. It will be intense. It will be intimate. It'll take a lot of the great features of Highmark right now, which is the unbelievable sight lines, bring them over to the new stadium in a modern, really state-of-the-art way.
I know we're talking about across Abbott Road, but do you have a specific footprint plotted out?
Not yet. We have an idea. There's a lot of factors that'll go into that. We'll be talking to the county executive and the governor's team on the exact footprint, but it will be right across from there.
You've been in the meetings with the other owners around the league, the 31 other owners. What has been their reception to all of this since the beginning and ultimately to today?
The other owners have been 100% behind us finding a deal to stay in Buffalo. They have been unbelievably supportive. The G4 funding is just one example of that, but they've been instrumental in getting us to this point. And so has Commissioner Goodell. I can't begin to tell you how great his team has been helping us, how instrumental he's been personally in this. It's been a wonderful team effort. As we said from the beginning, it'll be a public-private partnership, and the NFL has certainly done a lot of work with that.
How critical is the G4 funding?
Oh, it's critical. It's critical in every stadium deal. I think I was trying to go back. I think every stadium in the last 20-plus years has had G4 funding.
Ron, how many PSL?
Every season ticket will have a PSL. So that's to be determined in exact how many, but PSLs will be part of all season tickets.
What's the price range on that?
We haven't determined that, but Tim, as I've said time and time again, we know our fans, we know this market. We will not price them out of this market. It'll be built for Buffalo.
Is there anything regarding the current stadium lease that needs to be extended that was hammered out within this deal, or is that a separate agreement?
It's a separate agreement. We think it'll just continue as is on a year-to-year basis until the end of completion. but that is a separate agreement. And it's one of those things that, again, as I said earlier, we still have work to do. That's one of the things we still have to do.
Is there an amount you're expecting to be in the range of not making season tickets? Like what's the percentage expected to be for PSLs versus reserving for like single seat purchases?
We haven't gotten that far, but we will not sell out the stadium with season tickets. There'll always be single tickets available. There is now, so there will be in the new one.
Do you think it'll be, I know you don't have it set yet,
Yeah.
but similar to what it is now, or?
Similar percentage, I'm sure, yes.
Ron, how will the 850 be paid back? Through stadium revenues, or what portion of stadium revenues?
I don't understand that question, I'm sorry.
Are bonds being issued to pay for, either by Erie County or by the state to pay for it? Or is it just-
I'm not sure. I think that's a question better answered by the state and the county.
850 is the most ever, and there's always going to be a segment of people out there against subsidies like this for stadiums. What would you say to those people today?
Well, I think the governor said it perfectly. Every dollar of the government subsidy is going to be paid back to the state and the county with what we contribute from a tax standpoint, and it'll be paid back more than the contribution is. This is a good investment for everyone. We are very thankful that the governor and the county executive showed the leadership that they did. But I think people need to realize we contribute a lot of money from a tax standpoint, and every dollar that goes into this stadium will be paid back.
Do you still need to do any work on Highmark Stadium while you're playing there throughout the process of the new stadium being built?
Yeah, of course. But that work has been a great collaboration between the county and our team at the Bills. It'll continue for the next 3 to 4 years.
Are there any safety concerns within that 5-year window that the commissioner had referenced at the Super Bowl? I know that upper deck and some of the concrete, that was defined in your study, was it not?
It was. I mean, there's concerns, but all of those concerns are being addressed, and they've continually been addressed. We've invested together with the county and the state millions of dollars every year to make the stadium safe and secure for our fans.
What will happen to Highmark Stadium when the new stadium's complete?
We've got some ideas yet. I'd rather not talk about that at this point.
You said you're far along in some respects to this. Have naming rights been discussed, short and long term at all?
No. Highmark is our partner now, and Highmark does have right of first refusal on a new stadium. So we hope that Highmark Stadium gets to move across the street with the Bills.
Still aiming for 2026, and the Bills will continue playing in Highmark until the new stadium opens. Correct?
That's the goal, yes.
I know I've asked you
Two
about
more,
this.
please.
I know I've asked you about this before, and especially in light of the fact that the 850 is a little lower than a lot of people had projected. Are any of the other PSC properties up for sale, or is PSC considering that? I mean, Harbor Center, the Buffalo Sabres, any of that,
No. None of them are for sale.
and none will be.
None of them are for sale. None of them will be. There's no plans at all for that.
Aside from the financial piece, what was the most contentious part of or the most difficult part of these negotiations?
I don't know that they were difficult. I think, as the county executive has said time and again, these are really complex situations. I mean, this is a commitment, to our community, for the Pegulas, for the state, for the county, for the governor. It's politically sensitive, as we just talked about. I think they went really well. Were they stressful? Sure. I would never consider them contentious. But, we're going to sign a 30-year lease. I mean, the Buffalo Bills are going to be here, for 30 years.
Is there anything wrong with
Last question, Jason. Be standing here today, talking to us, giving us the details.
Well, we still have some work to do. So, let's save maybe those comments for another time.
Is there any more work this week from the owners, or is this it today? Is anything on the agenda about this stadium this week?
No, that passed earlier.
Do you have any realistic
Thanks,
concerns
guys.
about downstate lawmakers? It sounds like you're tempering, saying the lawmakers need to approve, but do you have any realistic worries that might not happen in Albany this week?
No, more respect for their process. I mean, they have a vote. We respect that. We've respected it from the very beginning. It's not right for us to come out. They have to do their job as well.